This, my prayer, can only be granted if it's outside your way. If it is your will for me to die, let thy will be done. But if it is not, I'm out of the game. And Baba didn't respond to his prayer because it is his will for him to do what? To die. So the Bible said that Jesus was obedient unto death, and he died a shameful death. The kind of death that normal people don't die. It is thieves that were hanged on the cross. The Bible says, cursed is he that was hung on the cross. That's the kind of death that Jesus died. So he died the death that does not belong to him. His death was made for me, but he chose to carry all my sins, and he went and hung on the cross. He did not just carry sin, he became sin, to the point that even the Father can no longer look at him, because the Bible said that the eyes of God are too holy that they cannot behold iniquity. At that point, the Father put his face away from him, that Jesus cried. That was the thing that pained Jesus the most. Not even the nails, not the torture. What pained him the most is that the Father's face was turned away from him. And it was at that point that the Father did what? Tore his garment, because the Father has experienced a grief he has never experienced in his history as God. And that grief is being separated from his Son. It has never happened before. And that was why the curtain at the altar had to be torn into two. If you notice, the Bible said the curtain altar turned from what? From top to bottom. I've explained it before. An old curtain, when culture started affecting that curtain, if he wants to tear, it will start from the ground. But this one is from the top. And that curtain is the covering of the Father. So when you see a Jewish man, a real Jew, if he wants to experience grief, what he will do is that he will pour his garment and pour himself ash, so that you will know that he's grieving over something. So that day, Baba was grieving because his son has been separated from him. And he had to tear his garment and say, now men can have access to me. It's no longer only the priest that can come into the Holy of Holies. He has now been opened for everyone to have access. But he took the sacrifice of a man to bring us to that point where all of us can freely access the Father and not die. Because in those days, before a priest will enter the Holy of Holies, a bell will need to be tied on his waist and a long chain that will come out to the open space, so that when they wait and see that the priest is no longer doing anything, they will need the chain to draw. They will draw it first, and then if he's still alive, he will need to respond and shake the chain so that they will know he's still alive. But if he did not respond, they will use the chain to pull him out until another priest that will be assigned the duty of entering the Holy of Holies will do what? Will enter there. Outside it, you are not permitted. But the death of Jesus, he obeyed unto death, and that gave us a clearance that all of us can now access the Father. So the Father naked himself and said, come. That's how to disciple a people. If you must disciple a people, they will come close to smell your teeth. You can't disciple people from afar. You can't disciple people that cannot access you.